I wanted to. I've come across this new tripod that is being advertised by a company called Edelkrone, who I've come across before because a few years ago I was looking to buy some of their gear. And I'm just going to actually go from their website to explain what they do. It says at Edelkrone, we take great pride in our reputation as one of the leading manufacturers of content creation solutions based in Ankara in Turkey. And since they started in 2008, it says they've been dedicated to introducing innovative and unique products that make capturing stunning visuals with a camera easier and more efficient. Now, it's aimed mainly at videographers.
Well, I
Um,
noticed they said content creators. They didn't say the
mm,
word videographer. They didn't say the word
no,
photographer. It's
yeah.
content creator.
So what I was going to say was a lot of this sounds like it is really for videographers, but it's not. It is photographers because they do go on to say it says from camera slides and stands to cutting edge camera motion control systems. We have something for every type of filmmaker and photographer. So they've sort of used content creator and they've used filmmaker and photographer in there. It says our mission is to design and create products that not only enhance the user experience but are also aesthetically pleasing and user friendly.
Hmm.
And I came across them a few years ago when I was looking for a slider for video,
Yeah.
and I mean, I reckon this was probably back to 2016 because we went into video around 2015, and so it's around 2016 when I was looking at it, and it's those little glide shots that you have,
Yes,
you
I
know,
know there's
you,
companies I've worked with that use the sliders,
that's
just
right,
for
yeah.
good low shots, aren't they?
Yeah, because we'd bought like a manual one, and it was a bit of a nightmare. And we found that we didn't use it, and I thought, oh, this looks really good. And at the time, I can't remember how much it was, but I was thinking that's it's actually quite affordable. And I never got one in the end because we ended up then getting one of the cranes. It
Hmm.
was called a Ronin crane, and since then we've been using the smaller handheld cranes. And you've probably seen, for people that don't know what it is, it's best described. You've probably seen some people, vloggers, using them where they're walking around with their phone attached to like a little pole which they hand hold, and it allows them
Yes.
to walk with a video camera, and it means that they don't get that moving up and down walking motion.
It's a
uh,
gimbal,
it's a
basically.
gimbal, that's the word I'm looking
Yeah.
for. Now, the thing is don't think that it's a miracle sort of cure for that, removing that up and down walking motion, because you have to know how to use a gimbal.
Yeah,
There's a
you
certain
do.
way of using a gimbal.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so they do a range of other products, and the advert that we've been seeing, and I'll come on to the price at the end. It says it's called Tripod X. It's a motorized, self-moving, self-leveling tripod. And it says Tripod X is the ultimate motorized videography tripod. But I'd like to think that if I was to get this, I'd also use it for photography as well. Yeah.
You don't
Um,
use a tripod very often, though. Well, when I shoot
uh,
you with
y-
weddings, I
no,
think I
only
find I use it more than you.
yeah, I only use it for studio product stuff. That's the only time I ever
Hmm.
use a tripod, really. So unless I'm doing something that's really low light stuff. But it says elevate your videography with Tripod X, the world's first fully motorized tripod. Designed for ease and efficiency, it offers automated height and level adjustments, allowing you to focus on capturing the perfect shot, lightweight at just 9 kilograms, and featuring a quiet operation mode. Tripod X is ideal for any filming environment. It's user friendly design, ensures a quick setup and effortless adjustments, making it the perfect tool for videographers. Now, so it's fully motorized, self-moving, self-leveling, very cool looking, sleek, black, made to look. It makes you want it, Mark. Put it that
Hmm.
way. Okay. The way the advert is, and
It makes you want it, Cam, I
it
think.
makes me want it. And it says that it offers you a level of comfort and speed that you've never experienced with any other tripod. It can effortlessly raise and lower even the heaviest setup loads, including all of Edelkrone motion control systems. They have a load of other stuff. And it says you can wave goodbye to various discomforts traditionally associated with tripod adjustments, from the nagging knee bends to the tedious toe tip stretches. Experience a new era of ease and speed in camera setup where your well-being is as prioritized as your shot. So it auto levels, okay, which is handy. It allows you to do that. and it looks like it goes down low. It's designed for comfort, easy use, instant use, supposed to be easy setup, and it has a remote control. And obviously, it's got the app where you can control from your app as well
Sorry,
on your phone.
designed for comfort. It's just a tripod, not a jacket or a seat. How can a
Well,
tripod be designed for comfort?
well, I think it is because I've
Well,
used
how?
put it this way, I find some tripods quite uncomfortable to use in particularly in how you sometimes have to get down low and you have to unscrew the leg sometimes, or you have a little clip, or you have a little screw. They've all got their own little adjustments.
Okay.
I find just a simple clip is the easiest. I don't like the ones where you have to unscrew the tripod leg to extend the leg out and then
Yeah.
screw it tight. If I see if I'm looking for a tripod, that's the first thing I would avoid with a tripod. The ones where
Mm,
you just unscrew it a little bit, right? The little clip where you just you unclip it, move it up or down, clip it back into place. I think they're the most user friendly ones.
mhm,
I've got an old Manfrotto tripod. I call it Rusty because I've had it for 25 years, 30
mm.
years. It's a huge tripod, and I think it's one of their most expensive tripods, even now. And I hate using that tripod. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's chunky, it's a solid tripod, it's a
Mm.
brilliant tripod, but I hate using it. The clips are so difficult to unclip and to tighten up.
Isn't
And
that just age, though? I
no,
mean, you've had it for 30 years,
I
Cam. Come
have.
on.
Yes, it does need a bit of it needs a service and an oil.
Hang on. When you say you've had it for 30 years, is this a bit of a trigger situation? Have you changed the head and the legs like several times?
No, I haven't. No, it's still got the same. I'm still using the same system that when I bought it. So there's the other thing. It's lasted me for years without any problems. Yes, the screws have got tighter. They have got, the clips, whatever. But the thing is,
Bit
it's lasted me all this time, and it's a
bit of
solid tripod.
WD-40 on the clips, I reckon. That
Yeah,
might sort it out.
that's all it needs. Now, so I think there is a huge thing about comfort here because I think that if something is comfortable to use, you take more time over it. If you find that something is uncomfortable, you've got to get down on your hands and knees, you're trying to screw the tripod tight, unscrew it. You start to hurry up, and um, so I think comfort is a big thing. It's like picking up a camera. Ergonomically, it's got to be really comfortable. I don't
I
like.
get that with it. I get it with a camera because you're
Mm,
holding it all the time. A tripod
mm.
just I don't know. I just felt it was that a bit of just a bit of marketing sentence there built for comfort. I don't know. I just
There's
thought it was a
there's
bit.
loads of stuff. They talk about your
Yeah.
well-being, right?
Yeah.
It is all marketing. But I think actually that if I now do look for equipment, like Sony cameras, for example, we use Sony for video. They're brilliant for video. I don't like using them for photography. I don't like the way they hold.
Mm,
Don't like the ergonomics of a Sony.
mm,
Okay, the A7 range, it just doesn't work for me. Nikon, Canon, they've got it nailed. Their cameras are so ergonomically good.
mm,
And so I would always go for one of those.
mm.
Um, okay, so having something come, your camera bag, all of those things, how you hold something, a tripod, is
Well,
it you?
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
camera bags and that. It's just I don't know. I was just picking on it really, because yeah, a camera bag it does need it. That can be built for comfort. A
so
camera can be. I just thought a tripod. It's just
so
like something with three legs on.
I,
You know what I mean? It's to
I've got
hold your
some
camera.
I've got some light stands that when you extend them up
Yeah,
and you want to put a light on there, or you want to put a background, they're air cushioned. So
yeah,
when you unscrew it, the pole doesn't just fall straight back down. It drops down slowly.
yes,
It's a
yeah.
pain. It's a pain when you're in a
It's a
rush.
pain. I hate those blooming things because they don't go down slowly. They kind of go down like halfway and then they go slowly, and
Yeah.
then you're waiting there for I don't know 5 minutes for them to, and you can't squash them in. Oh, they get on my nerves. They do. I'd
Mm.
rather the ones that just drop down.
I squashed them in, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I know it's not doing the tripod any good, the stand
No.
any good, but it's about using something you think it does the job, but it does it in a user friendly and a comfortable way. And I think that's what they're trying to get at within
Yeah.
their marketing. I'm
Well,
trying
anyway,
to
what's the main
push it.
I know they sound like you got shares in this company or something,
Mm.
Cam. But I mean, what's the USP on it? I mean, I'm guessing it's the whole motorized leveling out thing. Is that the
It says it's the ultimate motorized videography tripod, and it says it's the first one that does everything. It says it, what it actually does. It said self leveling, self moving. It says, which is quite interesting.
self moving?
So yeah,
It's
So
like
the
one of those Martian tripods walking across the studio then.
well, oh, it says all.
Imagine you turn your back and it's nick your camera.
So it says here auto self-leveling. It says here you can deploy tripod X,
You
right? So
deploy it.
so you
What's this?
deploy it on a
You can now
on
deploy behind enemy lines. Is that what you can do, right?
what you might do, right? On
Oh,
uneven.
marketing speak. It's
It says
unbelievable.
you can deploy tripod X on uneven ground with one touch. It levels itself, providing an exceptional ease of use. Okay, excuse me. And it says the smart sensors embedded within Tripod X constantly monitor and adapt, ensuring that your setup remains perfectly level without requiring your intervention. And Tripod X can do this all by itself without the need of pairing with the Edelkrone app. Okay, so that's really good.
Yeah.
You can, and it says captivating motion time lapses. You can create smooth transitions between two different poses and get dynamic motion time lapses. Connect your camera to the trigger port on Tripod X using a shutter trigger cable, and you're ready to capture. You can achieve very unique motion paths that cannot be achieved with any other motion control device. It's got a very simple interface, and it says it's designed for it's designed for comfort. Okay, look, we've not used it, but I really see the benefits in this because as equipment, when you're on a day when you're on a full day shoot, you get tired, stuff gets heavy. You know what it's like. I've been at the end of a shoot, or at the end of a long day, and you start to hurry up a little bit, don't you? You do want to
Yeah.
get things done. You do,
Yeah.
and things start to weigh on you. You start to feel a little bit sort of, oh God, I just want to get this done. Anything that makes the job easy or easier, I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I mean, how much are these things? I mean,
Well, how much do you reckon?
and also, yeah, before I answer that, I mean, you said self-moving. I'm guessing it's just the leveling out thing. It's not really going to walk across the studio and nick your camera, is it?
No, it doesn't
No.
actually. It
Okay.
doesn't actually say any more on that about the self
About the
movement of it.
self-movement thing. Okay.
Hmm.
So these tripods then, I wonder how much they'll be. I reckon you're looking at about 500 quid, maybe something like that. I don't know. I mean, Manfrotto tripods can be quite pricey,
Hmm.
and they don't have these things. But yeah, about 500 quid for maybe one of these tripods. Is that about
In,
right?
but would you pay £500 for it?
No,
Hmm. Okay, so you're not going to pay in dollars 2,599, are you?
no. I mean, that is a severe waste of money, in my opinion. I'm sorry. It is a very cool product. I like it is very cool.
It's
But
not.
come on now.
It's
Come
not a
on.
waste of money.
It is a waste of money. You can get a tripod makes it stands your camera on something. Okay. That's what it does. I mean, for me, to having all these motorized things, it's another electronic thing to go wrong. It's basically sort of highlighting a problem that isn't really that much of a problem. I mean, let's face it, once you set up your tripod, you set it up. If you're going to be doing product photography or whatever it is, once you set up the tripod, that's pretty much set up for the day. I know it is when I do graduations. Once the tripod's set up, that's it. It's set up. I don't adjust that tripod until the end of the job when I'm packing it down. And I'd be very hesitant of just throwing it in the back of the car like I do with my trusty man Frotto, just throw it in the back of the car. If it's on the trolley that I'm pulling along, there's sometimes a tripod because of the length of it gets bashed if I'm going through a door. I'll be really worried about that with this tripod here because it's so expensive. There's motors, there's electronics, it can break. The Manfrotto, my Manfrotto could probably withstand a nuclear bomb. It's so sturdy. It's not the lightest. It's not carbon fiber. It's an old metal one, but I've had my tripod for about 20 years. Um,
I agree. Tripods, in my opinion, are there to be thrown around
yeah,
and bashed around.
yeah.
And if you then
And to
if
do
you
its thing, they're scaffolding for your camera. That's what they are.
yeah, and if you don't have a tripod where you can do that, then you don't have a strong enough tripod.
Mm.
Now, but now let's okay. So I wouldn't I don't have a need for this, but if I
No, no
did,
one does.
but if I no, but if I did, I would buy. I can see where it would be useful. But saying that, okay, Edelkrone as a company do some really cool stuff, and their stuff is worth looking at. They do. I tell you what, I've always liked, Mark, and I think you would actually really like it. Is something that's called their Flex Tilt head. that specifically, well, it looks like it's for photographers, and it's like a concertina plate that sits on top of your tripod, allowing you to
Okay.
move your camera up and down. And it's $99, and I've seen
Yeah.
this before. And
Okay.
if mm,
I can see that. I can
mm,
see that. But
mm,
$2,000 for a tripod and its USP is that it levels out on its own. Well, I can level out my tripod. I've got a spirit level on my tripod. I can level that out anyway.
yeah, okay, well, yeah, I know I'm not going to sell it to you.
No.
Um, But let me just finish off for all of you photographers out there. Go onto the Edelkrone website and have a look at the Flex Tilt. And I reckon that some listener out there on this on my say so here alone is going to buy one of these Flex
Oh,
Tilts.
you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Someone's going to
I,
do it.
I mean, I have to say, look at this. I mean, the tripod we're talking about, it is a cool product. Don't get me wrong. It's a good piece of engineering, and it's got the sensors. It's very, very clever.
Mm,
But
yeah,
is it needed?
yeah.
No, it's not.
So before we grab a drink, on this Flex Tilt, they just have 4 or 5 headings where what it does, and it says you can shoot top down. Okay, so you can shoot something looking down on something. You can move it to an instant height. You can flip it landscape and portrait very, very easily. It's a standalone stand, and something I'm not quite sure what it means, but it says it's knobless, stays as you leave.